Hello, everyone. Here is my task, the pros and cons of AI use in Moodle. So let's start by looking at the table of contents. We're going to talk first about the pros of using AI in Moodle, then the cons of using AI in Moodle, then we'll look at the conclusion and my own reflection. Let's start with the pros. So from looking at the information that Nelly shared in the Moodle, I would say that the pros of using Moodle are basically two. And they depend on two things, whether it is paid, the AI is paid for, or it is free. If it is paid, then definitely it can be time saving because we have access to all the different features. We can create content of different types directly into the Moodle, and we don't have to leave the Moodles. This is something that I've heard Nelly say several times, and I think it's super important to keep students there so that they don't go down a rabbit hole. And also very important that we can generate text and summaries and explanations during the course inside the Moodle, and thus the image here. It saves times in content creation and editing, and very importantly as well, it allows us to localize or be context aware of the suggestions that we uh, give and how I interact with AI so that when we do lesson planning and differentiation, it can be streamlined. If it is free, one of the pros, and one of the things that is also important, at least for me, is that with the paid version, well, there is that element of creativity for both, for the free and the paid version, but clearly we have access to more resources. We can really exploit it and make it a real assistant. For me, that's how I see AI. I have a paid subscription to ChatGPT, and I use it all the time for lots of things. If it is free, then we can use the free version of ChatGPT and DAL-E websites. That's definitely important because there are lots of things we can still do with some limitations. Teachers can create lesson plans and quizzes, questions, forum prompts, summaries, visual aids, and I use the Microsoft Bing image generator which is free, but also the DAL-E features of ChatGPT. So that's also possible. And very important, it's that creative side. I think both have that side that I really appreciate. The fact that I can be very creative. I don't take what ChatGPT or AI gives me for certain, but I can also think about it critically. But I feel that I can be really, really super creative by asking questions about how to improve, what to take, what is good, what is not, etc., in whatever it is that I'm doing. And also, one of the advantages is that there's no installation. You don't need any admin permissions when you're using the free version of AI in the Moodle. And you don't need permissions of any kind. Where I work, I have to ask the IT manager every time I want to do something, and I think that this is very important. That at least one of the advantages. Now, those are the pros. If we look at the cons, always looking at it from both paid version point of view and a free version point of view. If it is paid, then some of the cons is that we need an OpenAI key, and also we need someone who's able to do it. So that means an admin or someone who is able to actually enable that configuration of AI subsystem, which I wouldn't be able to do. And it also is not accessible to all teachers depending on the setup, depending on the permissions given. So it's a little bit more complicated and definitely needs a lot to be thought through a lot more very carefully. The free version, the cons of the free versions is that we have to basically copy and paste manually what the prompts, the results from AI onto the Moodle, which is what we've been doing, or I've been doing in the design of my own course so far. But I guess it is okay. I'm a teacher as well, and although I'm a director where I work as well, then I cannot afford to have paid subscriptions for everything because I'm still on a teacher salary. So I think that that's one of the cons, that we have to do it. But I guess on the positive side, it's just a matter of getting used to it. Also, there's no direct integration into the Moodle editor when we're editing something. Obviously, if we will have the basic editor, like the MCE editor, that we can see those plugins that are AI related, that allows us to do things directly inside the Moodle there, then they wouldn't be there if it is free. And also, it means that it's a little bit slow if we have to do those different processes. Now, my conclusion, well, it depends. I guess that what we're going to using AI in Moodle will depend on basically those two things we mentioned, whether it is paid for, or whether we're using the free versions. And this is really interesting because in my case, I'm creating this course and doing this course as well because I want to start my own Moodle and start creating courses and selling my own courses. And therefore, it means that I will most probably be going through the paid versions of certain AI tools as it is profitable. As soon as my courses become profitable. So I can see that both have lots of pros and cons. So I wouldn't definitely say right now that it is one or the other. For me, it's depending right now. The free version is great, very good for what I can do. Although I'm also paying for ChatGPT. But before getting any more tools, then definitely I would think about that. But for me, it's still there. Like both are very useful and very important depending on what I want to do. My reflection, well, with this image, I want to say that for me, the reflections on the pros and cons of AI in Moodle are really along the same lines. If once I start using Moodle for my own courses, I will definitely have to and want to pay for AI in the Moodle because I can see that it will help me save a lot of time. It will also give a really good experience to the students, participants on the courses, and therefore I can see it more of pros than cons. If I were to keep using the Moodle in a more amateurial way and not really doing it to get anywhere but just practicing for the sake of learning and a hobby, then I think I could continue with the free tools and everything. But once I start as a solopreneur, I would definitely then go for the paid version. Just to finish up, I want to give credit. All the images that you've seen in this voiceover come from the Noun project, and the pictures that you've seen of me, they are remixed images using Microsoft Bing Image Creator. And the adaptation is that once I've gotten those pictures, then I've just basically pasted my head on top of it. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. I hope this was useful, and have a good evening.